This is Nathan Millard. He went on what was supposed to be a 24-hour business trip to Baton Rouge late last month and absolutely disappeared. He left his hotel on the day that he got there with a business partner, and they went to an LSU basketball game, went to a bar, and he told his friend that he was gonna walk back to the hotel, which was only about a block away, but he never made it there. The following day, he was supposed to meet this business partner friend of his at a potential work site, but he never showed up. About an hour after he was supposed to be there, his friend called the hotel and was like, "Hey, can you go check on Nathan's room?" When they did, they found that his bed was absolutely pristine, like he had never slept in it, which meant that in the one block it would have taken him to get from the bar to his hotel room, something happened. Something did not go as planned, or something went differently than he said it was going to go. With Nathan nowhere to be found, his business partner called Nathan's wife, who was already concerned because she didn't have any calls or texts from her husband, and that wasn't like him at all. So they report him missing, and the search for him begins. Before long, people find his cell phone a couple of blocks away, about 4 blocks away, in the opposite direction of the hotel, near where they're doing some construction on a sidewalk. Not long after that, they find his wallet or money clip another 4 blocks down at a Greyhound bus station. But Nathan had rented a car. He definitely didn't need to go to a bus station. Now, you might think, okay, maybe he took a bus somewhere, but he didn't, because a security guard remembers seeing him and Nathan asking them for directions back to the hotel. Now, the security guard told him, "Hey, let me just plug it into your phone. It's not far away." But he said that he had lost his phone. So the phone disappeared before Nathan was last seen. Nathan wound up leaving the bus station on his own accord. Nothing seemed off. After that, several debit card charges were made, but it was a little unclear who made them. Initial reports said that it was a man of another race who used it, but then it kind of got corrected that maybe timestamps were off or whatever. But it was Nathan who used the ATMs. They were never large transactions, but they were over and over again, like a few of them. And some of them just to check his balance, which is a little bit strange because you can do that on your phone. But as we know, his phone was lost. Now, after time, police start finding surveillance footage of him walking around Baton Rouge. And in one of them, he's walking with another man. Now, this is a business trip, so you have to ask who he would know in Baton Rouge, especially in the middle of the night. So in the video, the person he's with seems to kind of stumble off the sidewalk at some point. And at this point, there are more questions than answers. 2 weeks after he goes missing, a person starts to smell something really awful near an abandoned funeral home off of Scenic Highway. So he follows the smell for whatever reason, and this is in the middle of the night. But he follows the smell to a cinder block garage beside the abandoned funeral home. In there is a rolled up carpet, but he sees feet poking out of the bottom. Wrapped inside that carpet and in plastic, they find Nathan Millard's body. At this point, you might think that answers are going to be coming soon, but it just gets more and more unexplainable. His autopsy showed that there was no sign of inward or outward trauma to his body, and his family was told that he likely died of an overdose. But as far as I can find, nobody seems to know where that came from. Obviously, there's no trauma to the outside of his body or the inside, so maybe that's deductive reasoning. And while I have seen Tim Millard in an interview with Unfiltered with Kieran mentions something about him being sober, and it kind of alludes to alcohol. So I don't know where an accidental overdose comes into play, but we do know that the bar he went to prior to leaving and hopefully going to the hotel room, which he didn't go to, said that they didn't serve him alcohol because he did seem drunk already. As this case progressed, and there seemed to be updates every single day, police said that there's no foul play suspected, which obviously threw everyone for a loop because he obviously did not wrap himself in that plastic or that carpet. But they did try to make a correction and say, okay, he obviously was not shot, he was not bludgeoned, anything like that. So the way he died, there's no foul play suspected. So obviously, according to them, they suspect that he did not die there, he was placed there. So the investigation went in that direction. So eventually, they release that a man named Derrick Perkins is wanted for questioning in Nathan's case. It goes on for about a day or so until they announce that he has officially been taken into custody. Now, no one knows what has happened since Derrick has been taken into custody, but updates are coming in fast. They have been in this case. But if you want all of the current details with the Nathan Millard case, check out the Big Mad True Crime podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.